Okay, we're back in the shop. Have to get back on the engine that failed the pressure test. I've got new seals to put in it. I should have noted when I put the second seal on, it just went right on. The first one went on, it was tight, it was a tight fit. The second one just slipped right on. Was it the right seal? I'll go ahead and pull the front cover. And then I've got to pull the coupler off the back. Basically, I'm going to try to get away with a bottom end pull. But remember, you can't pull that crankshaft out but so far before the pistons come out of their sleeves in the cylinder, and then the rings are going to pop out of place. So you can only go so far. Not only that, you want the crankshaft in a position when you're attempting to do this, you're going to want the crankshaft where the pistons are like halfway in the cylinder, like both of them. You don't want one high and one low, or you're definitely going to end up pulling the crank down too far and the rings are going to unseat. How much of a problem that is coming. I would like not to take the top end off because I've already compressed the gaskets. I don't want to have to buy another gasket set or over torque to compensate. I don't want to do any of that. We're going to go back in the parts bucket with all our parts that we're pulling, bolts. See that blue Loctite I put on there? You want it on all of them. Guess I just love doing my work over again. Or maybe doing things the hard way. Or maybe just not paying attention to what I'm doing when I'm doing it. All of the above. There's those bolts. I think that's all of them for the front cover. Let's see. Yeah, feels loose. Let me get that thing off. Is there one more? I don't see it. I'll do a little tap with this thing here. There we go. That's off. Now it's off. Front cover back off. All right, let's see if this little joker will pull this coupler off. Woo! Yeah, that thing was going to get some speed up there. All right, so see, I really can't take all I did was put blue Loctite on here. Some people put red, some people put orange. You can also use RTV sealant. Remember, I don't think this coupler is as critical as far as the torque goes, because the engine is spinning in the direction of tightening the coupler. I had some people ask about the torque of the coupler or what to put on there. It really shouldn't be an issue. The engine never runs in reverse, and that's what would spin it off. It always runs in one direction. And that would be the direction of tightening the coupler, not loosening it. So there's that. Okay, so taking that coupler off, look at this. That is a tool from AutoZone. You know, it takes a 3/8 and makes it up to a 1/2 inch. So it could not take the force of this Harbor Freight impact wrench on it, which is why you're supposed to use impact rated tools for the impact guns. And this is also why you wear eye protection. A piece of that can shatter and fly towards your face, your body, whatever. And you saw the wheel thing spinning. These tools can't handle that. So, oh well. So much for that. Improper use of tool. I got to, let's see, I got to get this thing out of my way, my pressure tester. So let me clip the tie wrap that's holding it. Get it out of here. I want to be able to work with this. And I don't want to damage this tool. Got a liquid filled gauge and I don't want to shatter it. But I've got to take the bottom off. That's the goal. Mount's got to come off. Well, actually, not this one. This one doesn't have to come off. It's the other one that holds the case together. You can see this one is squarely just in the bottom half of the case. So I can leave this one on. And I think I will. I've got to get this over. And work on the other one. Over there. Coupler's off, front cover's off. This mount's got to come off. Come on, baby. There we go. You see that the two halves of the engine are actually held together into this one mount. So it has to come off. I have to take the flywheel off. I'll think about that for a minute. It's going to drop with the seal and go right back in. But if I want to see the leaks, if there be any, under the front part of the engine, then yeah, I'm going to have to pull the flywheel off. While I'm on my side here, I'm going to go ahead and just pull the mains. Go ahead and pull the mains. There's the mains. I'll pull them, I'll toss them in my bucket. 19, that's 17. 17. Let's see if this will do it. I think I put this on with the big wrench though. I don't know if this is going to get it. Ah, I got it. See that Loctite I put on there? Put it on everything. Now this ain't coming out without the puller. So, puller time. Okay, pulley puller. Let's pull that pulley. Well, pull that flywheel. How about that? Bolts all the way in. Flywheel's correctly installed. This is the 19 on this thing. Let's see. The wrong way. Reverse won't work. There it went. Hear that pop? Pah! Satisfying. So satisfying. All right. Don't lose your Woodruff key. Parts bucket. Done with the pulley puller. Look at that beautiful engine. So clean. So nice. So leaky. No mechanic likes to have to redo their work because, well, a lot of mechanics take pride in what they do. The ones that do know that they want to do a good job. And we like to do it right the first time because mechanics generally get paid by the hour. Do what I came here to do, start getting this separated. I gotta pull this out. So let's get that in the bucket. Let's pull the plugs. I don't usually use these. I certainly wouldn't use these to tighten a plug. I already had that one pre-loosened. See that shiny silver stuff? Anti-seize, baby. I do not put them in an aluminum block without putting anti-seize on my plugs. A lot of you are just going to throw plugs in. I want my plugs to be coming out if the thing overheats. See that? Don't play around with that. Ruin a head one time in a spark plug hole and you won't ever do it again. Now, what I need to do is rotate the engine, which would have been better leaving the coupler on so I could do it easily. Let's see if I can do it without it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the coupler on like hand tight. What I'm gonna do is rotate the engine so that each cylinder has a piston sitting in it at about the same depth. And I'll use a wooden stick to judge that. That's way down there. That's way up there. So that's definitely not how I want it. I want it about right here on both. So before I go pulling the bottom in, because I really don't want to have to mess with the rings from the bottom. I don't even know if it can be done. I'm going to find out. So let me get the coupler, put it on there, rotate the engine here. Let's see, it's over here. Rotate my engine over like this. Screw this thing on. And it won't be any more than hand tight this time. Maybe it'll come back off and maybe it won't. That's okay, I got the tool to take it off if it doesn't want to. So, just putting the coupler back on. So I should have done, you know, sometimes you get ahead of yourself. Think, oh, I'm going to do this, I got to do that. Take it apart, take it apart. All right, so this is way up. I need to go down. Let's see, so there. Just measuring with a finger. Okay, it is exactly the same at the same depth on both. This isn't very scientific, is it? So, but anyway, what I'm saying is the pistons are sitting equidistant inside the cylinder. So one's not all the way down, one's not all the way up. Now I can attempt to pull the bottom, and I'll go ahead and do so. Okay, there we go. I zoomed it in a bit. Got my rubber hammer. I'm gonna tap on the ears. There it goes. Case broke loose. Case broke loose. I want to get that on the other side as well. All that beautiful work for nothing. Let's see. Can I pull it like that and drop it enough? I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? I really need this flipped over because I've got the exhaust on over there, so it isn't allowing the engine to lay completely on one side. So let me do that, and I'm going to be leaking 2-stroke oil that I put in to pre-lube the engine for its first fire up, which it has not had. Now, it might have been beneficial to pull that mount just so that thing would lay over flatter. So this is me thinking out loud as I do this process. Something could go really wrong, but let's go ahead and try it with what I've got. Back over on this side. The oil's already leaking. All right. There's your engine. Let's do a little tap on the coupler. That'll loosen those seals. Just do a little tap and pull. Tap and pull. I don't want to hit too hard on this front cover. It's real thin. Just tapping. And what I want is for the cover to break loose of the, there it goes. So there's the bottom end, exposed to daylight yet again. Yeah, okay, it looks clean. Looks clean. See, I can still rotate it. I'm going to keep that on to be able to pull this out. See, we got half and half going there. Keep it half and half. That's where I want it. I'm going to slide this out. All right, I've already cleared the seal. So let me see if I can spin this off. Let's see what's going on here. See if we can get to the root cause of this issue. I know I installed the seals properly. I did grease them up so there'd be lubrication. When the crankshaft went through the center of the seal, and that also leaves kind of a moisture barrier, was it not enough grease, or the seal doesn't fit? So let's see. And this is going to work. I'm not going to have to reseat the pistons as long as I don't let this crankshaft drop. See how that just comes right off? I mean, there doesn't seem to be any... It's like it wasn't sealing. Like there was nothing to it. It's just like on and that's it. See if we can look at this part. This is where I suspect the problem is. And wipe the grease off of it. Just wonder if that diameter inside is wrong. All right, inspecting. Let's look at this. I'll look at it with you. Any folds, any tears? Just don't see them. All right, so let's look at the other one. This is the inner one because it doesn't have the little ear bumps sticking out here. That faces toward the inside of the engine. And this is the outer seal. See how it's got the little nubs. Let's see about a fit. Let's see how it fits. Let's put it here. All right. That one fits tighter. I don't know what to tell you, but it takes a little bit to get that one on. We pull this inner one off. Oh, look at this. Here's the problem. Look at my inner seal. My spring that holds the rubber lip up folded on my inner seal. So I must have went crooked on the installation or something. So this failure is the fault of the Shade Tree jet ski. This is my fault, y'all. There's your problem. Screwed up. Somehow I screwed up and tore that seal up. Brand new. Cost me to pull the engine and redo it. And see, I've got to re-clean all of that and reseal it. So there's the reason it failed. Like I said, I like to do forensic investigations, figure out what was the cause of failure. And somehow, putting that seal in, I rent it. Maybe there wasn't enough grease. I bet you I'll be a little more careful this time. So there you go. I don't think I need to do a video showing you how to put all this back together. I've got to re-clean, reseal, reseat, and redo. Had my own mistake. This was my own mistake, okay? Did I ever say I was an expert? What's the channel called? Shade Tree Jet Ski. For other Shade Tree jet skis to shade tree their work. So I try to be thorough. Everybody makes mistakes, man. This one's on me. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.